are many things like adultery and drinking alcohol. But the Prophet ﷺ did not try to implement all these rules over the people within one day. No, because that was impossible. That does not, uh, you know, that's not appropriate to do. So he did, which is most upright. What he did, he tried to implement little by little. When how did he try to eradicate the smoking habit? Sorry, the drinking habit, drinking alcohol habit from the people. He told the people that do not drink alcohol when you offer pray. Then the Prophet ﷺ, the next he told them, do not drink alcohol when you go home. Like, do not drink alcohol in public. So, little by little, he took the drinking alcohol habit totally away from the people. Then there comes the ultimate command that the drinking alcohol is ultimately haram. It's literally haram. So the same way. So we can say a person is trying to get rid of a drug. So when he talk about his his attempts and his effort to stop, he can say, I am stopping smoking. I am stopping smoking. I'm stopping smoking. It means he's gradually trying to change this habit. Okay, so when we talk about a gradual change, we can use the simple present continuous. All right. So time is almost 8:50. Okay. So next time we will be I will come up with something really important. Okay. Okay, we are going to conduct all India debate competition next month. Okay, next month. Very good. PM Modi going to give a speech tomorrow. I think, as far I think, we are going to conduct all India debate competition next month. As far I think, we use a simple present continuous when we talk about an event which is uh upcoming, like very very soon. Not we. I don't think that we use simple present continuous to talk about something will happen after a few days or after a month. I don't think that we use it.
You give the example of like some ceremony
Yeah, ceremony. I
upcoming.
mean, yeah, I said the ceremony. It was just very just the next day. For example, if the ceremony is the very next day, you can use it. For example, you have a wedding ceremony tomorrow. So just the day before the ceremony, you are calling your friend. Say he just called you and he asked, Asfala, can we go together to the wedding ceremony? Do you agree? So you
Yeah.
said, okay, that's a good idea. We can go. We are so you are mentioning this. You're narrating this. Your decisions, like you all agreed upon going together to the wedding ceremony, and you are just informing another friend about this. So you can say, you asking him, you are just asking that person, like, hello, for example, Khadija. Okay, you're asking the Khadija about you're asking her whether does she go to the wedding ceremony or not. You're asking Khadija, are you going to the wedding ceremony tomorrow? Then you're saying that she asked you, do you? Yes, we are going. Yes, we are going together. It is like that. We don't use the simple present continuous uh, to talk about something that will happen, after a very long time. I think it talk about something, a location which will occur, which will take place very soon. From the time you talk, you got me?
Yeah, sir.
Okay. So our class session is over. Now we are jumping into the discussion, the interactive session. Okay. So we have before we start the discussion section, interactive session, I need all you to hear me. Okay, I'm giving you some tips. I know many of us having sort of phobia to talk before the people. Okay, Here we are here to improve our English. We are here to learn our thing. We are not here to compete. We are not here to go for a competition. We are not here to go for a race. We are not here to compare ourselves. We are here to learn from mistakes. Okay, committing mistake is the best way to learn anything. And the diversity, like you are hearing different words from the different people. Some people are capable of doing something that you can't, and just always try to do what the people said could not be done. So at least if you can say a hi, at least if you can say I like this topic, you can just turn on your mic and just say this topic is very good. Or if you want to disagree with on that topic, or if you want to disagree on someone's comment or someone's remark, you can just turn on the mic. You can say I don't agree with your opinion, sir, on that. I mean, on that point you are wrong at that point. I mean, it's quite impolite to say wrong at that point, but you can say I don't agree with you on that point. I have another point. Like you can, if you have only one point, you can just put forward that without hesitation. Okay, with full of confidence. Today
Excuse me,
we,
sir.
sorry,
Excuse me, sir.
sorry, I could not
Hello.
hear that.
Can you
Yes,
hear me now?
yes, I do.
I just wanted to ask, like, as you said that when we like when you will like introduce us to a topic, and we can say whether we like it or whether we not cannot like it. Like we had our English class in fourth semester with our bachelors. So they said that you cannot directly say that you do not agree, but you have to rephrase it in such a way that it doesn't seem impolite and seem formal. So, like, how can you address? Can you address this point, please?
Yeah, exactly. Uh, you can say, uh, for example, there are many ways to show your disagreement. I will take a lesson on it. There are almost 15 to not 15. There are almost like 6 to 10 ways that you can disagree with a person politely, without impacting, without without violating his point of view. That you can put or disagree with that person without violating his mood, without violating his behavior, like without having a negative attitude. So we will have a lesson on this, like how to disagree with a person politely. Okay, we'll be having a session. So I don't think it's we are already running out of time, and I have a session. I have a class after this, so I need you to all uh, utilize this time as much as you can. So we are jumping into the session. Today we are going to talk about the history, like how important the history, or should we learn history? If yes, why? If no, why? Why not? So we'll go first. Or if you just want to talk about the history, you can go.
May I?
Yes, go ahead, please. Just mention
I
your
feel like
name. Just give your
I'm
brief
Kulsum.
introduction. Okay, go ahead.
So I feel like history is important because it introduces the idea of human existence. It tells us about who we are, where we come from, and where we are heading to. It like connects the past and future. It talks about various human affairs like religions, political affairs, regional boundaries, etc. So, like I told earlier, it connects the past and future. So we can learn so much from our past so that we can create a better future, so that the negative aspects of history they do not repeat themselves, like wars, slavery, and all of these things. And I feel like in wars no country wins. It's always the citizens, the normal innocent people, who lose. There is no win but defeat. The defeat of innocent people, their blood is shed in the wars, and still they are the ones they do not get the credit in our history books. Like in early 20th century, the world faced a devastating impact of World War One, which lasted from 1914 to 1918. And still, our political leaders, the government, the historians, they fail to recognize the lesson from this period of World War One, which lasted from 1914 to 1918, which led to the rise of Adolf Hitler and Nazi Party, who were responsible for World War II, and millions of people died. And it is still repeating in today's world. Like if we talk about the genocide of Palestinians. So I think this is one of the major reasons why history is important to study.
Okay, you just commented, you emphasizing on the history is very important to everyone to learn, right? So let me ask
Yes.
you, may I ask you a question?
Yeah,
If there is one thing certain about the history, it is really an inevitable part, because without studying the history, we can't even comprehend with what is going on, in the at the at the moment, right? In the
your
contemporary
voice is
situation.
breaking.
Okay, what
Can
about
you
now?
repeat the question?
Am I audible now?
Yes, yes.
Is my voice stable now?
Yes, it is.
I could not disagree with your point. Like you are real, you got a point on that. Like history is very important, and you brought up some examples and scenarios to emphasize and to stress upon like why the history is very important. Okay, so I really agree with that. With no regards to my agreement, I would like to ask you, what do you think some consequences, like the adverse consequences, like negative consequences of the history that of a generation who did not learn history? What do you think, like if we totally avoid
I
the history?
actually didn't understand your question, so can you explain it a bit?
Okay, you suppose a generation who did not learn
Okay.
history. Okay, a
Mm-hmm.
generation who, that did not learn history, what would be the consequences that they will be facing or they will be suffering from?
So they are more prone to repeat the history. Like Israel, they did not learn from their past, and they are repeating the history, committing the genocide of Palestinians. So they are more prone to repeat the history.
Okay, so you are saying that they should learn from the history. They should know
Yes.
where the antecedents and where their roots where came from.
Yeah, exactly.
And so they are more prone to make mistakes.
Like why?
Because history has like came like we need history because it actually helps, because in history multiple things have taken place, and we actually get in, like, in reality we want the better results, we want like something better to happen. For example, like democracy exists because multiple things have taken place in the future, in the like past, sorry. And dictatorship has happened, monarchy has happened, many things have happened, and as a result of that we have got democracy. Now, still, democracy is being manipulated. I will not go on that topic right now. But in order to have better results, in order to have a better future, we need to know what actually happened in the past, and then further connect what is better for our future. And just like Kulsum said, that we need to know the past, because as Palestine and Israel war, people are supporting the wrong side. And why is that so? Because just because there was a conflict between Hamas and Israel, I'm not defending anyone here, but I'm saying that when the people are saying that Israel has suffered a lot just because of one day of bombing, what is this? When so what? Who will actually give the justice to the like the people of Palestine, that they have suffered and of years and years of suffering? Now, who is going to address that? If they are easily able to address Israel's problem, then where is the like who's going to address the suffering of Gaza and the Palestinians for generations?
Yeah, I agree with that. But despite the fact that the history is more profound to guide the people to what is the true and what just happened in the future, and I mean from what they should take note of, and from there where should they learn the lessons. But apart from that, do you know, I have observed there are some conceptions, and there are some pre hatred. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes, I
sir.
actually just broke a bit in the middle of this
Okay,
question.
my internet data is over now, unfortunately. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
You
sir.
are audible.
Okay, I don't think that I'm no longer able to speak. I'll be just listening. Okay. My internet data is over. 100% data is consumed. Oh, I was using the data. I mean, that was it was necessary. I had to do a lot of works. So, like 100% data of my phone is consumed. So is it still breaking or stable?
It's stable.
Okay. So I was saying that there are some, hatred. For example, the India was dominated. The India was occupied the British Empire. Okay. So knowing the history, upon knowing the history, upon realizing the history, upon analyzing the history, still, some people study history have a
I'm sorry,
deep.
sir, but it's breaking a lot. Your voice is breaking a lot right now.
I don't think that I'm no longer able to speak. Okay, I think you can continue the discussion. I'm sorry. Tomorrow I will try to written some of my data that I can speak properly. I'm really sorry. I apologize.
You are just sharing the screen that is also consuming the data.
Sir, your voice is clear.
Nihal bhai, just stop sharing the screen. You're sharing the screen.
Oh, I'm sharing the screen. Okay. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Someone recharged my phone. Who was that? Okay. All right. My voice is stable now, right? Hello.
Yes, sir,
Is
it's
my
stable,
Okay.
but I am afraid that if you speak a longer sentence, it might break.
okay? Okay. I will just I will just quit and I'll be get back. Just back soon. Okay. Right. Just give me a while. I mean a second. Yeah. Hello. Am I audible now? Hello.
You are audible.
Okay. It's stable now, right? Just let's see if it will be still stable if I keep talking. All right. I was saying that I told you history, some lessons, and the things which has been recorded. The things have been recorded in the history. Sometimes they result in growing and generating sort of hatred in people's mind. I will tell you how. I have like wide range of community from worldwide. Like people from Turkey, I know people from Turkey. I know I have intimacy with the people from countries of almost parts of countries from different wide, like almost I've talked with the people from almost 30 to 35 countries. Okay, amongst them Turkish and Arabs. There is a huge hatred, uh, like born. I mean, the hatred is born. He's been born between the Turkish and Arab, just because of the history. What just happened? What just took place in the history? Even the people who are generated, they have been preached out. Even the young generation, they have been preached out by the ancestors, by their parents, that we should have, and their parents promoting them to have hatred and to avoid and to decline the acceptance from these people. One day, I will tell you why. There was a platform like voice conference. So coincidentally, I've joined in a room. There was a girl from a woman, like she was a middle aged. Okay, a middle aged woman. She was moderating a room, and I joined. So she asked me about my residency, like my place, the country, where do I live, and what's my name. And I gave her my brief introduction. I told her uh, a a fake name, like I told her I'm from Saudi Arabia. Then, without saying anything, without no warning, she started intimidating me. She started threatening me. She said very abusive and rude words. She violated the entire communication that we built upon. She started saying, "We don't need your Arabs in your lands, And in the fact, I mean, in fact, I can have a good communication in Arabic as well. So I was trying to. She asked me, "Can you just say some few words in Arabic?" And I was good at that, giving some words to her in Arabic, and I could manipulate her. I could fabricate I mean, my native language. So she believed that that was an Arab. At the moment she realized I was an Arab, she started intimidating me. She started violating me. She started abusing me with very rough and huge and very tough and stubborn words. And I got offended. I told her, like, why you're having this much of hatred towards Arabs? So, and she was saying that you don't know what they did to us. You don't know what they have done to us. You don't know what they have done to our ancestors. This all things happen just because of the history. So don't you think that history also create and it also generate sort of hatred in the people's mind?
So not only that example, I can think like we as Indians are the prime examples of history being
Mhm.
negatively used because because over 100 of years, I don't even remember the history actually at this point now. Because yeah, for a long period of time, Britain has like taken control of our land for a long period of time and has basically taken every valuable thing that we had, even our unity that we had in between Hindus and Muslims. That thing that like they created hatred between us, and this like they were, and not even any Indian or any other like I'm talking about Indian at that time, so I'm not saying anything about Pakistanis at this point. And the Indians, when India was still united, nobody was able to like even have any opinion on drawing that Radcliffe line that we are basically having a border on. They were the ones who made the line. They were the ones who like initiated that war between us, and then further we were actually broken down, and then we lost our power compared to the Britain and other superpowers of the world. So I think like I'm someone who believes on both the things. So if you are using history as a good point, like as a positively, if somebody is using history as a for just for the sake of other people, then we can further progress in future. But if it is being manipulated and if it is being negatively used, then we are going towards a disaster.
Exactly. But there's one thing certain about the history. There are some part that have to be avoided, and there are some part which is inevitable to learn, which can't be avoided, undoubtedly. And I mentioned some parts. Maybe the informations that they were given were misguided, but maybe they weren't true, they weren't authentic, something that can be trusted. There can be many other reasons. Maybe they are just racist. They don't, when we are becoming when we become extreme racist, we don't look at the actual reality of a fact. We don't really look at the actual reality of a phenomenon. We will just having a prejudiced mind. A prejudiced mind will never accept the fact and never look at the what is actually the thing is. He'll be always trying to find the solutions and evidence which will support his argument. And I really agree with that. And what else that we can relate the history? Please go ahead. What will be the ultimate cause? What will be the ultimate result if we avoid history? That will be the other like does do you I mean can you affix or can any of you bring out more ideas about what would be the adverse and negative consequences that will, I mean, the forgetting history or avoiding history completely will can result in. Go ahead. If you have one point, you can put them forward. We need some arguments. We need disagreement. Mhm. I don't think that learning history, which has another thing, okay, which has another important dimension, okay, like a parameter. A person who does not know history can never draw a remark on anything. He can never have a perception. A person who does not have perception, he can't even consider as a man. A man must be having a stand. The stand must be built upon fact. So the histories are fact, and histories as the past they are the chain of the past events. Okay, so everything in this world is connected. Everything in our life is connected. Everything that we are pursuing is connected. So if there is no connection, the things won't be rational. So we need a connection. We need a slot to plug them all in, and then they can combine together. Then we can draw the rational ideas and rational theories and the rational relations and the rational conclusions. And yeah, of course, the history is very important. It's a, to an extent that it can't be avoided. Do you think that history can bring some negative points, like negative parts?
I just have one point on that actually.
Go ahead.
Uh,
Go ahead.
because World War II was actually based upon the hatred against the Englishmen and the Americans. Like Hitler was the one who actually initiated the World War II, and that was also because of the hatred of the people against the other people that because Germany lost the First World War, and because of that hatred against the people and that economic depression that actually came after that. So that was for like that history was manipulated by Hitler, and then like it was enforced in the people's mind that we have to go against them again and win, and then win our like honor. We have to win our honor. So that's a like negative point for if we like manipulate the history or if it is not properly being used.
Yes, very good. As you mentioned. To be honest, like I want to bring you many points, but I'm not the heroes here. I wanted to give you the opportunity. So just turn on your mic and say what you have. Okay, you can talk about the warfare and violence, conflicts, battles, atrocities that have caused immense human suffering, and that still results in the as I mentioned before, they still have, some people still have some sort of racism. They're having a extreme hatred against some particular gender or ethnic groups just because of the history. They did nothing, they are innocent, but they are having sort of disagreement. They are repelled. They're having sort of a repulsive mentality just due to their history. And everything goes back to the history, like oppression, discrimination. They still discriminate between them. Even some old ancient Turkish people, as I mentioned, they don't really respect. They don't really, cope up with the Arabs because they still believe that uh, the thing which happened in the history, the result of the impact or the affection, the affection of the history is still remained in action, in act. So it's sort of uh, things which you need to avoid. You can talk about many things, you know, something that comes out of the history. Colonialism, we mentioned, like the British Empire and imperialism, we mentioned, and exploitation of uh, like everything we got to know. Like we started hating the British Empire. I mean, at the school, when I was at school, I thought if someone gives me a battle, a battle vehicle, if someone gave me some armors, I will just armor myself and I will just fight the British Empire because you know, they made Indians as slavery, like they put the Indians under the slavery, and they exploited every resources that we had and left us like a eaten cover. Okay, the wasted cover, like a waste cover. And they said, can I say that they exploited our cultures, resources, our territories, and took everything out of us. And so I think this part of the history sort of result in negative impact in the society. Exactly. We have Shakira, would you like to say something about the history? Sharik, Unsa, Noor. You can also talk about the importance of history. Why history is important, and you can talk about the history. Anything you want. Gul, Aina, Taqiyya Rahman, Shakira.
Hello.
Shakira, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
What's
I
your
am not
opinion about the?
prepared, but
And it's okay. Like, what do you think
uh,
about the history?
one
Just don't
point, sir.
worry. Okay,
We know their cultures, sir.
culture.
Our, we know their culture, how they live, and
Hmm.
I mean Arabic students. Then we know their Arab poems, how they wrote that without any rules. They wrote many songs, like
Very good.
um,
Like how history helped you in the Arabic literature. What were the main? I mean, how did you benefit from the history, Arabic history? You can mention about the
uh,
Arabic history. I mean, as I
okay.
know, I'm an Arabic student, so I know how important the Arabic history. Without Arabic history, you can't even pursue the Arabic language because it's all
Yes,
about
sir.
it's deeply it's the main. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, the history is the main essence.
Hello, hello, sir.
Sir, are you here?
Yes, you can't hear me.
Now we
Hello.
can.
Now, okay, sir. Yeah.
Okay, I was talking. I could not hear. I could not even hear you either. I'm sorry. I thought you were listening to me, and all kept silent. All right. So, Shakir, I was saying that how history helped you. I mean, how important Arabic history for you, and I mean, how did it help you with your Arabic language? Just try to elaborate. Don't worry. Just commit a
It
lot of
helps us
mistake
to
as much as you can. Mm.
know about more language, sir. Its fluency and Quran and Hadith. Thus, we know uh, from our history.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And
Then what, sir? I would.
okay, thank you so much. I hope you will try to elaborate more in the upcoming sessions. Okay.
Inshallah.
What about Aina? Aina, do you hear me? Yes, Ruqya Rahman, you can go. Go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Ruqayya Imran. So the topic today is discussing is about history. So according to me, history is an important subject for us that we can know about our past, our ancestors, sir. But According to Einstein, if we see, Einstein said that the history is
Ruqayya,
not important subject. G, yeah,
I need your I don't need Einstein's perception. I need your perceptions, your idea.
okay, okay.
Yeah, just talk about like even if you know just one word, just try to make it two in the next day. Just and add one more to the next day. Make it three in the next day, and make it four in the next day. So there will be a gradual progress. At the end, that will be a huge extent. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
need you to
I
make
think
one sentence by your own, no matter how like how mistaken it would be.
okay, I will try, inshallah. According to me, history is an important subject because we got to know about our ancestors and that what happened in past. Like the some we I studied in my 10th standard. I studied about Second World War. So mainly
Mhm.
we got to know about that Japan is not surrendering him. Then the consequences of that he takes the bombing on
Okay.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki. But that the Israel is doing same. That what's the benefit of studying history when we repeat history by our own self? So
Okay. Let me
we
ask
got to
you,
know.
okay, Ahmed. Do you think that apart from the academics, okay, apart from the what is written in the books, what is compiled in the books, do you think that the history is important in our life?
Maybe history is important in our life because we got to know about our ancestors' mistake that we should not do in future. Like we got, I mean, Second World War. We know that Japan is not surrendering. That's why Hiroshima and Nagasaki were, what should I say, were distan distinguished. Distinguished, what the word is? बर्बाद हो गया अभी क्या करेंगे?
So, okay, Imran, from the
Yeah.
next session, the topic was given in advance in the group, but you did not have I mean, eye on it, right?
Yeah, actually, the problem is
Why?
that the group is my mother's phone and her phone is not working well. That's why today I joined it on my own phone. So I will try to
Yeah, you have
see it.
to like you have to make points. Yeah, I haven't because I have coffee. Okay, okay. I hope you will get well soon, Asfara. Okay, Imran. What you have to
Yes,
do is just try to make some points, like key points, keywords, like which may help you to elaborate in the next session. A good
inshallah.
speaker is always pre-planned, and is always well determined. You can't be a good speaker if you do not organize things. A good speaker is a good organizer. You see, at the beginning, in the beginning we had 20 members. In the recent class we had only 10 members. Now we have at least one. One plus. Now we have 11. That's a success. Okay. Even for example, when a teacher takes classes at the school, many people, not every, like you suppose there is a 40 students in the class, not out of 40 will be listening, will be focusing to his class. But his goal is his goal is, or his what can I say? His aim is he's just aiming at even a student. If he took advantage of this teacher, that will be a great asset in his whole academic career. Sorry, whole teaching career. Do you know?
Yeah.
So you have to be pre-planned. If you want to be a good speaker, just be a good organizer. Just also organize your thoughts into a paper and write it down in order, and try to make a connection, okay, a bond between them, and try to talk. Talking is the last part. The first thing we need to organize our thoughts because we are not native speakers. The thoughts just don't come automatically into our mind that you can spit out. I mean, you know, quickly.
Okay.
So to organize your thoughts into your paper and write it down in order, then you should come. You got me?
Yeah. I will
Yeah,
try my best, inshallah.
yeah. Just do all this if you want to be a good speaker only. Shabir Hemani. Okay. Sharik, are you with
Sir,
us?
one
Sharik?
thing, sir,
Yeah.
one
Go
thing.
ahead. Go ahead. Yes. Shakira, go ahead, Shakira.
Hello, sir. History is important in our life. How means uh, yeah, when we when we look back to our freedom fighters, we will know their effort and how they built our country like that.
Yes. Yes, go ahead. Bring more points.
Okay, sir, that one thing only, one point only. I thought now.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you. That's a valuable contribution from your side. Thank you so much. Who's next? Sharik, do you have any point? Do you have any comment on the history? Anything? Sharik, are you with us? Gul, are you with us, Gul? Okay.
Hello.
Yes, Gul. Hi.
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
Oh, Sharik, are you with us?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
how are
want
you,
to
Sharik?
conclude about learning from past, understanding past error. We can prevent similar mistakes in the future. Like we know that what happened in the past by accepting those mistakes, we can uh, prepare ourselves uh, by preparing. We can overcome the uh, overcome the outcomes in the future by gaining insights, historical events, and decisions provide valuable lessons and can inform future actions and also. And history also help us understand heritage, culture, and traditions, and fostering a sense of belonging. And if we uh, I don't have any points. Hello.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. You really made a good point. You just try to, just start with, with a drop. So, the drop, small drops can one day make a big ocean. But you have to at least try. Just don't be hesitate. Just at least make a point today. Just at least say, if you can't say anything, at least say history is very important. Just make a sentence. Tomorrow you can add history is important because we have to learn many things from the history. And the very next day you can say history is very important. We have to learn many things from the history. And history is a chain of the past events, collection of the past events. And the very next day, like this is step by step. Okay, this is how we adopt, master something. Okay, unfortunately, I need to go now. So if it's convenient for you, it's we are running out of time. You can continue, Asfara. I hope she will.
Yeah,
In
sure.
case you. Okay. Thank you so much. Inshallah, I will catch you in the next session. So till now, just try to participate in, be active in our activity sections. We have only 10 or 9 regular active participant in our activities, so we just need to elevate the numbers. Okay,
So,
that's
so
how
can
you.
end the meeting or just continue the meeting?
Okay, you can continue if you want. You can just continue the moderation and here, and you can keep the discussion going on. So I need to go because I need to take a class now. So inshallah, thank you so much everyone to join us and take part in our discussion. And
Thank
inshallah, I
you
wish you all the best. Assalamu alaikum.
for Walaikum assalam. Okay, sir has gone. Should we end the meeting or we can continue with it? Sabiba, you haven't said anything today. Please tell, say something. What's your view on it? And like,
Asfara, can you hear me?
yeah, yeah.
I would like to listen to you. What do you think about why we should study history?
Actually, I haven't prepared anything today because I'm not feeling well, and now
So
I'm
it's
feeling
okay. I
now.
just wanted to listen to your perspective. It's okay if you don't have any.
Actually, when the class has been started, so I was thinking
Mm-hmm.
about the. So basically, it turned me to think about the Islamic history. Basically, I
Mm-hmm.
was thinking about everyone
Yeah,
is
you can
talking
talk about any
about
type of history, be it Islamic or any type of.
because like us generation Muslim are ignorant about the subject and like so I was thinking about mm, we teach we learn modern history and the history of Russia, history of India, history of the world, but we as a Muslim always ignorant about Islamic history. We should learn it, we should know
I do agree with your
how.
point because I also don't know much about Islamic history. So yeah,
I
I would
was
like
just
to study.
so I just was thinking about it. As a Muslim, we should learn it. We should basically learn how Islam is delivered, how Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, how does he practice it, and how the iman, uh, how the Islam basically deviated from him, and what happened, and what is the period of period of Khalifa
Mm-hmm.
Rashidi, and mhm. And we also learn about the Muslim king, ruler, and the politician of Islamic history. So I was just thinking about it, nothing else. There are the many things to read about. I actually I'm also interested in the Islamic history. I used to read it when I was
Yeah,
in my
I
school
also
time.
used to study in a school. Yeah,
Now
but
I
since
don't have.
college has started, I haven't studied.
Yeah, I was actually interested in studying about the battles that happen, battle of Ohod, battle of Khandak, battle of Badr, and there are the many battles that happen, and the very interesting history. I think I like two history, which is my favorite, the medieval history, and also I like the modern history of India, and obviously Islamic history. One of the most favorite topic. Yeah, and everyone should read about it, everyone, even every Muslim, and we should also learn about the Islamic law, and that has been followed in ancient time in Arabs. It was, yeah,
Yeah, it is important to study because we should know where we come from and where we are heading to.
because it can we can connect the things, we can relate how the thing has changed with the time, and there are the many things we can relate from Islamic history. So we should learn it. We should teach our kids,
Mm-hmm.
our siblings, our everyone Islamic history should be the topic everyone has to read it.
And I feel like in today's world, all of the Muslims should study the Islamic history from scratch because
Obviously.
most of the people have mixed up the history Islam with culture. So it is really important for us to study it from scratch, from where it is started.
Because in today's time, most of the Muslim are deviated and from Islam. So, and they don't have a proper knowledge of Islam, and they just start arguing on the basis of some
Because of the limitations.
useless video, and I don't know,
Yes. Yeah,
not
there are
having
also
proper
many
knowledge.
fake
They just I
scholars.
start arguing. So that's why it's important to know what what had happened, and how to follow it, how to follow basically Iman and the thing of Islam, and the thing of Sunnah.
Yes, it is not much complex. Islamic history is not very complex, but we are
Yeah,
the people who have made it very complex. It's
yeah,
very
yeah,
simple.
yeah. So where is Sabi Bhai? I think he's gone. Finally participating. There's no teacher in the group, so point. Yeah, who is here? Kulsum, Ruqayya, and Gul.
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah, assalamu alaikum.
Uh, this topic is history. So
yes,
I think history is not limited because history, when we grow, I have I and my father, my mother, and my grandfather also have a history. Just when we relate anything by grandfather's story, listening grandfather's story, then he old times. I am not. Uh, I especially not discuss about history, that type of history, Prophet Muhammad, and but their story relates with that types of time, because every time when I grow, when I hear some things, some events, but we can relate history. Sometimes I understand history because I studied history books and some stuff, but sometimes I think importance of every subject is regarding to their perception, their collection. History is also a good collections of past past events.
exactly. So I would
When
like
we
to
talk,
ask, okay, carry on.
ask me your question.
No, no, you can carry on.
Yeah. When I grew up, I uh, after my graduation, I saw a historical palace in Jaipur, Hawa Mahal. When I saw the everything's every manuscript, scripts relate somewhere, because in Hawa Mahal, when we first time I got a prize where my professor give this prize, say me what's new about Hawa Mahal. Then I said no, no answer, because I don't know about Hawa Mahal. But when after some time I go to Hawa Mahal, then I know about Hawa Mahal. A specific thing about Hawa Mahal is no, even not proper word I have, new. Then Hawa Mahal built on a without any new. So this specification is rise when I had that prize. So history can relate every time, everywhere, ask questions. Because people don't know where somewhere someone what's question put you. So history in today's life, everyone past events, Jodhabai and Akbar, events relate now, monuments relate by some leaders. Just because some people are not knowing about historical palaces, palaces and historical event, so they put so many questions and oppress her, oppress their society and communities' voice. So I think history is very important. Nowadays, history is really important. When someone asks question, so I have so many answers and evidence around that.
Yeah, I agree with you. And also, yeah, we should study history so that we can be grateful for what we have today. Like in the past, women they didn't have the right to vote. They weren't allowed to do any job. But in today's world, we all have the permission to vote, to do any job. So we can be grateful for what we have.
But history of feminism, when you say about feminism, history of feminism is very vast, because some people are burn out feminism nowadays, but
Yeah, because
feminism.
nowadays feminism has a different definition according to people, but in reality it is different. Feminism means giving equal rights to everyone, man and women. But most of the people they fail to understand the meaning of feminism. They only think feminism is only about females, but it is not. It talks about both men and women.
Yeah.
So I would like to ask a question, and anybody can answer it. So why does history repeat itself?
Ask again.
Why does history repeat itself? What's the reason behind it?
Elaborate the answer. Elaborate this question, adding some more question.
So I mean that why does history repeat itself? What's the reason behind it? What are the consequences of if we don't study history? Like um let me think. Let me just give a minute.
Okay.
No issues. May I say something?
Yes, sir, you can.
Goal, just tell me one thing. Why you were not speaking when I said? Then only you started speaking earlier. Why you had not spoken even a single word? Please, then what is the issues? What is the issue basically?
Uh, I am late. I am joining late, so I don't talk.
At what time you joined?
9, around 9:40.
9 o'clock. And you started speaking around 9:40.
Okay.
Basically, I'm asking hesitation or any other thing.
Maybe education is main issue.
Uh, so,
Actually,
what I say, please,
my
please.
perception is when I talk, so everyone listen and point out my questions and query, and maybe my grammatical mistake is more. So that's why I am not speaking.
I would
if we are
I would
if we are already good at English, why we should also are here to learn English? We
Do you know?
all
yeah, agree
are
with the
Do
siblings,
point
you
of
know?
Asfara.
Do you
uh,
know Kulsu, Rukaya, Aspara, Ahmed, Nihal Bhai? Do you know anyone?
No.
Then मेरे को
okay,
मेरे
just
गली
before
मोहल्ले में
Sabi bhai, just a word, can you give me 1 second? Before moving to further, I think Gul, you have joined. I don't know. This is your first class or second class. Maybe we haven't interact in the first session. Can you introduce yourself, from where you belong to and what have you had done, so we can. mm,
Yeah, give us a
Please.
brief introduction about yourself.
Me. Okay. I am belong to Kanpur, but currently I studied in Jaipur. So
Oh, so what are
now
you studying?
I general studies like BA.
Which subject in BA?
My subject is journalism and mass communication.
Oh, great subject.
In which year you are?
Mm, This is my third year, around mm, five semester, fifth semester.
Is this
Okay.
your last year?
Yeah.
So, in which college are you studying? If you don't mind, you can tell us.
Mm, is my college is not a college, is a state university.
Okay. What's the name of it?
Haridev Joshi University.
I haven't heard about it actually. I only heard hear about one two universities in Jaipur.
Um, MIT famous university,
Yeah.
Japan National University.
So, why haven't you tried for AMU? Because many of the people from Kanpur studying in AMU, because Kanpur is very not very far from Aligarh, and yeah, and
I
I
have
think
lots
Jaipur is
of
very.
I have lots of fear regarding this. Actually, I am studying about recently. I am after 12th. I studied about engineering exams, entrance exams, but some reasons I stopped engineering. So one professor recommend me name Ikhlaq Usmani. So um, my father's my that professor is my father's uncle. So I came here.
So what do you think about the subject you are studying now? Journalism and mass communication. I don't know a lot about it. So can you explain a bit?
Yeah, journalism. Uh, if you studied about journalism, so mostly you read in if you enter in journalism, so first and second time you read, and after you knowing so many things then frustrated, and so this is not my my journey, this is not my path. uh, because truth always hiding by some peoples and some communities, and somehow truth is always hiding. So
Is there any
when
scope
what
of this subject? Can we become like a journalist or anything? If we want to become a journalist, so we can pursue this subject or not? Because
yeah,
one of my friend always interested to become. I want to become a journalist, so I can recommend her definitely if it is if had a scope.
yeah,
AMU doesn't provide this kind of courses. AMU have this that same kind of courses in BA in history, BS geography. Yeah, we don't have. But
BA journalism is not in AMU.
we have mass communication, not bachelor in journalism and mass communication.
Okay, but in my university, um, journalism, mass communication, because ये BA journalism and mass communication give you a brief intro about journalism and writing skills and communication skills and mass media and everything about when you when you giving so many experiences. So that's why I wanted to know everything, every part of study, geography, history, quality, and can relate how to relate events or put into a journal in an article. How can I write on them? So passion gives everywhere you want to go. So passion is more important.
Gul, can I ask something?
Yeah.
It might be a personal question related to your studies, but can I?
Okay. Okay.
So, like you said that you wanted to pursue engineering after 12th, but
Huh.
you couldn't. That's why you are pursuing journalism and mass communication now. So, do you
Huh.
regret not pursuing engineering, or are you happy with what you are studying now?
Hmm. Somewhere in my heart, engineering is my dream. So it's
I can feel you.
always
But it's okay, I guess, because most of the people these days, it is not necessary that we have our future fixed at this stage of
actually
our life.
so many circumstances around that time. So idea behind that, actually, I'm not wanted to go anywhere, any study. I wanted to pause. Actually, my enough frustration.
Hmm, I can understand.
That was my tough time. So journalism is best option to um, tour
Yeah,
everywhere, and no one bound you to do this. Right now, read this. So this is learning by doing, just like that.
yeah, maybe this was best for you. That's why it happened with you.
hey, I want to ask your point of any of one of you. So she said like she wasn't able to clear. I don't know she wasn't able to clear or not, or maybe the other circumstances due to which she wasn't continue her BTech. So the same thing happened to me, but I wasn't preparing for BTech. But yeah, I was just thinking about the another subject. I'm actually in the bachelor. I'm in BA actually, BA in psychology. But I never even imagined to pursue BA. But yeah, at the end I'm pursuing it. So sometime most of the people, especially student in India, uh, fail and couldn't able to clear the examination and they fail. So what do you think about the failure? So just we have to regret on it, or just to we have to learn from it? What your perception? And as a student of psychology, I have read some of the case studies, and yeah, not a student of psychology, you can also hear many cases that happen around us. Student go in like depression, and there are many cases happen every day. So what's your perception about it? What do you think?
I
What?
guess I guess we shouldn't regret it. We should actually learn from it because at any stage of our life, we can be passionate about anything. So if you study it from from the core of your heart, you could be passionate about it. So we shouldn't regret it. We should learn from it.
Are you speaking, Kulsum? Your voice is not clear. Are you saying something?
Is my voice breaking? Hello?
Yeah,
Am
it's
I
clear.
audible?
Sir Kulsum, your voice is breaking.
Okay. Is it clear now?
Yes, Kulsum.
Okay. So I wanted to say that we shouldn't regret about it. We should learn from it because we can be passionate about anything at any stage of our life. So if you study it from the core of your heart, you would be passionate about it, and you can learn many things from it. And psychology is a good subject, I guess. I also want to study psychology, but not.
Why didn't you pursue it? Tell me that. Kusum, I really want to know from you especially. Why didn't you pursue psychology? If you pursue it, then definitely you will be my classmate.
I read psychology, but not in a study curriculum. But I read.
My
I
network
read
is
Sigmund Freud.
not
I read
working.
Monia.
What?
Uh, I read
Stick
psychology, not
to.
in the. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
Yes, sir, you are.
I read psychology, but not in a college curriculum or any class or anything. I read psychology. I read Sigmund Freud, Maria Bonaparte. Had you gone through all these, Ashfara?
Actually, I just completed my first year, so I have read some psychologists like Sigmund Freud theory, psychoanalysis, and some other like
How many books you had read as of now of Sigmund Freud?
I haven't read any book. I just have read a theory of him.
And had you heard
I
about?
was also
I can stand Aspara.
okay.
Have you
Okay,
heard about?
I was a student of commerce in 12th class, so I jumped into it and I never have imagined about it. So firstly,
So what did you want to study after the 12th? BCom.
what? Yeah,
What did you
obviously,
wanted to study?
my parents really want. I had
Okay.
commerce,
Because I
so
see I see many people in commerce, but they want to study psychology. So I thought you wanted to
no,
study
no.
psychology.
My parents really upset with me. Why I don't continue? And they said BCom have more scope than BA, and like so they really want, and they want I should pursue CA and the thing like because one my cousin also CA, so they want I should pursue CA and go there. But unfortunately, guys. But I also cleared. I haven't cleared BCom from AMU, but I have cleared BCom in Jamia. But I haven't continued because I want AMU. I have a like. I really want to stay at
So
Aligarh.
what do you have? What do you have as a minor and generic subject?
I have. I have what subject I have? Okay. I have political science and English literature. Unfortunately,
So why didn't you choose commerce as a minor subject?
why did? Because if I left something, so I should left it completely.
Okay. I get you.
Okay, I just want to say just a one line in Hindi because okay, sorry for the this is the class of English. जो गया छोड़ दो उसे
So gaya.
भूल जाओ
Jo gaya so gaya.
and just move
This is the
in
line.
future.
My mobile battery is low, so I have to go.
Wholesome, yours.
Yeah, I have to go actually. My mobile battery is low.
Okay,
It's 2%.
okay. Good interaction from everyone, and we should discontinue today.
Okay, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
I'm not sir, bhai. Okay, assalamu alaikum.
We can end the session.
Okay, okay.
Okay, you guys go for your dinner. Have enjoyed.
Are you?
because I'm already eating.
I'm making the food.
Walaikum assalam. Hush.
Sorry, he's my small brother. He's disturbing me a lot.
Okay, okay. So, yeah, I'm going to end the meeting. Allah Hafiz, everyone. Have your dinner and see you in the next session.